What's up, everybody? It's Jaryn from Berkshire Bike and Board, and this is our comprehensive youth bike buying guide. I wanted to add a little fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over all the little bikes, and then Forrest is gonna bunny hop all the bikes in front of them. So it may not be the most comprehensive, but it will be the most fun youth bike buying guide you've ever seen. So to start things off, this is a 12-inch Strider bike, usually used for kids from 2 to 4 years old before they can ride a proper two-wheeler with pedals. You will notice, if you look closely here, there's no pedals on the bike. The advantages to that are they sit their butt down on the seat, their feet can go on the ground, and they can kind of scoot their way along. Super helpful for kids who can't balance yet because they can balance with their feet. It is a great way to get a kid started on a bicycle, and it's almost the way that just about every kid gets started nowadays. So once again, we've got the 12-inch Strider bike. What we have here, slight deviation from the 12-inch Strider bike. This is a 12-inch training wheel bike. This is usually where people put their kids once they're starting to get a little too overzealous on the Strider bike. They're getting a little too confident. So you put them on this, they've got some training wheels to help them balance. We've got pedals on this thing, so their feet are not scooting along the ground anymore. And then probably the other biggest difference is coaster brake. What is a coaster brake? A coaster brake is when a kid pedals backwards on a bike, it turns the brakes on for them so they can stop. Most bikes for younger kids have this because their hands aren't big enough or strong enough to operate a handbrake yet. And with a quick little test on this one, I'll give you Forrest. Okay, next on the list, 16-inch single speed, so no gears, coaster brake bicycle. 4 to 6 years old, give or take. What's the difference here? The only thing essentially is the wheels and tires are a little bit bigger. It's still got one gear. We took the training wheels off this one, but usually they're optional. And again, the coaster brake. This is a real bicycle from a real manufacturer. What do I mean by that? One second. So, this, although one of my favorite names, the Schwinn Little Stardust, this is a department store kid's bike. What do I mean by that? It's all junk, essentially. The wheels are junk. The chain is junk. These bolts down here and this kind of stuff doesn't work well. Essentially, it's not really that fixable. It's a bike you would get from a big box store like a Walmart or a Dick's Sporting Goods type thing. They're really meant to just get thrown away when they start to kind of wiggle and break down a little bit. They're not really fixable. You know, if we tried to undo some of these bolts, they would just strip out. That being said, nothing like a Schwinn Little Stardust. Forrest, why don't you do this one first? We'll do them both.
Loose.
That's what happens on a department store bike. Next on the docket, 20-inch Specialized Jet single speed. What's the difference? Again, bigger wheel, bigger tire. 20-inch bikes, they usually say between 5 to 8 years old, but again, that depends a lot on 1, how tall the kid is, and 2, the confidence level of a kid. You know, if a kid is super inspired, confident on a bicycle, you can usually size them up a little bit to try and stretch the lifespan of the bicycle, but we really don't encourage that. We try to just get things pretty right in the sweet spot. Bikes will usually last a couple years for the kids, and you can trade them in when they're done. So, 20-inch single speed, no gears in the back, not great for going up hills, but we've now graduated to one other new feature, which is the handbrake. This particular bike, if I pedal backwards, does not stop the bike. They have to use the hand. So the kid has to be pretty confident at this point. They need to know how to use their hands. And you need to teach them that because they're gonna start by trying to pedal backwards to stop the bike. So, the bunny hop. Forrest?
Go! There goes the handlebars.
Not to be a jerk, but you did case that one.
My hands don't fit.
Do another lap. Minor tweak here because we wanna make sure that Forrest keeps things legit. If he makes it, Tucker, if he doesn't make it, now we're talking. Go ahead, Forrest.
We're good.
Also, 20-inch bike. Couple minor differences between this one and the last one. Numero uno, I don't know if you can see that. That bike has gears. What does that mean? It's a lot better going uphill. So, bottom of a hill, shift down, easier to pedal. It makes a dramatic increase for kids because they're not that strong. Difference number 2. That's a disc brake. What does that mean? It's a more powerful stopping brake. It's more consistent. It's gonna be better if this thing gets a little bit wet. Why does this bike have disc brakes versus the other one has rim brakes? Because See the tire on this thing? Big fat tire. This thing is made for a kid who's just getting into mountain biking. In the woods, going through some mud puddles. These big tires really smooth the ride out. You get wet, things get muddy, you're going down a downhill with your kid and they're cruising down and you just got this handbrake. The disc brakes add a lot of stopping power. One other thing to note is that we jacked this seat up nice and high to make it a lot harder for Forrest to bunny hop the bike. So, without further ado, Tucker!
It's good.
You recording? Okay. 24-inch gear, handbrake, 6, 7, 8 years old, depending on the height. Nice step-through frame. This is good for building confidence for a kid. To Forrest. When? Let her in.
When? When?
Uh-oh.
Not bad.
Oh, good spot. Good spot. What do we have here? 24-inch Rip Rock. It's got real parts on it. That's a SRAM NX derailleur. That's a Fox Shocks, Rock Shocks front fork. What's this thing for? A kid who's ripping some mountain bikes in the woods. They know what they're doing. Nice step-through frame. Love a step-through frame. 8 to 12 years old for this thing, but again, it depends on the size of the kid. But it's meant for a kid who knows how to ride bikes. You know, it's not the first bike under the Christmas tree, if you will. Disc brakes, nice chunky mountain bike tire, and here's Forrest to make it. Here's Forrest.
Ooh. Nope.
I didn't care.
Give him a redo. I'll count that. Ooh, man down.
Really give it some lift.
Is that too much?
No, I don't think it's enough.
Just because I can beat you guys doesn't mean I'm God. The bunny hop.
Now we're talking. Okay, end this clip and then start recording when we come inside, okay?
Holy crap, guys.
Just, you know, just bring it in with all the snow and everything on it. No.
What am I doing, Jason? Do you know?
You're trying to help him out a little bit because that's a big jump.
Giving him a nice little course, you know what I'm saying?
It's too simple.
No.
Dude, I'm so dialed.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're going down.
Dude, no, I'm not. Well, now that you're making the tires wet, yeah.
You're gonna get hurt.
Dude, no,
No,
I'm
he's
not.
not here.
What? Slide that a little back. We're the real deal here, aren't we?
Yeah, what are you gonna do, Jaryn? Like, clickbait the viewer?
Peter, go get some shot towels. We'll do that right the floor out. Don't get hurt, okay? If you're gonna fall, bam. Should we let a little air pressure out of the tires?
Nah, dude.
Tucker, can you explain to us why we would let some air pressure out for traction?
Because it gives you more traction.
Because it gives you more contact to the surface.
Yeah. When riding on a slippery, snowy surface, you would run a low tire pressure to increase grip. Forrest, for some reason, does not want to do that. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
I think we should push him in.
No,
No, I think we should just hit it.
push me in. I will.
It's soaked, dude. This is a 26-inch extra small rock hopper. Everybody's dad has one in the garage. You remember it, it's an iconic bicycle. One cool thing that Specialized does is in this extra small model, 26-inch wheel. We'll call this a kid's bike for the lack of a better term. What do we got on it? Gears, disc brakes, my personal favorite, a nice low step-through frame. We'll call it an entry-level mountain biking tire. We've got a derailleur on the back. That's how you shift the back gears. We've also got a derailleur on the front. For that advanced kid that really knows what they're doing, 2 gear shifters like a big kid's bike. To round things out, nice Berkshire Bike and Board hang tag. Forrest? Is it dry? It's not gonna dry.
I'm going straight into it.
Oh, you're going down, dude.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
I can get it clean.
No, that was good enough, dude. We rolled the dice enough on that one. Holy sh! So, that is our not so comprehensive youth bike buyer's guide. Like I said, it won't be the most factual, but it will be the most interesting one you'll see on the internet. So, If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks for watching.